Picture this. A broke 24-year-old stands outside his uncle's house, hat in hand, begging for one last loan. His uncles don't just say no. They call him a failure, insult him, and slam the door in his face. That young man? Milton Hershey. And that rejection would fuel him to build the largest chocolate empire in the world, making chocolate affordable for everyone. This is the incredible story of how one man's failures became the foundation of a billion-dollar legacy. Milton Hershey was born into crushing poverty in 1857. His father, Henry, was a dreamer who chased every get-rich-quick scheme imaginable. When Milton was just 2, Henry sold their farm to chase the oil boom, spending every penny digging holes for 2 years, finding nothing but debt. The family was left starving. When Milton's uncles came to check on them, they found 4-year-old Milton and his pregnant mother Fanny literally dying of hunger. His father had abandoned them again for another scheme. Then tragedy struck. During the brutal winter of 1867, Milton's 4-year-old sister Serena caught scarlet fever and died. At just 10 years old, Milton made a promise that would change everything. He would do whatever it took to lift his family out of poverty. At 14, Milton tried working as a printer's apprentice and hated every second. So he did what any rebellious teenager would do. He threw his hat into the printing machine, broke it, and got himself fired. His mother saw potential elsewhere. She got him a job at Lancaster Confectionery, where Milton discovered his calling. While other boys his age were playing, Milton was learning the secrets of candy making. Recipes passed down through generations, many never written down. His mother made a crucial investment. She personally paid the owner to teach Milton only candy making, nothing else. It was the best investment she ever made. At 19, Milton opened his first shop during Philadelphia's World's Fair in 1876. He had one brilliant innovation: an air tube that carried the scent of his candies from the basement kitchen to the street, drawing customers in by their noses. But when the fair ended, so did his success. An economic depression hit, sugar prices soared, and after 5 years of struggle, Milton was forced into bankruptcy at age 24. His family's faith in him was shattered. When his father called him to Colorado for a silver rush that had already ended, Milton found himself stranded. But instead of wallowing, he got a job at a local candy shop where he learned a game-changing secret: using fresh milk instead of paraffin in caramels. This created a smoother, longer-lasting caramel that would become his signature. Milton spent a year perfecting this technique, then made a bold move. He'd conquer New York City. Armed with his aunt's loan and Denver-style caramels, Milton opened shop in America's most competitive candy market. At first, New Yorkers loved his unique caramels. But when his father convinced him to add cough drops, Milton made a fatal mistake. He challenged the established Smith Brothers brand. The competition destroyed him. By 1886, Milton filed for bankruptcy again. 2 failures, 2 crushing defeats. But Milton had learned something crucial. Focus on what you do best. Returning to Lancaster with his tail between his legs, Milton faced his uncles one final time. They didn't just refuse his loan request. They called him the black sheep of the family, no different from his failure of a father. But Milton's former accountant, William Lebkicker, believed in him. With a small loan and leftover supplies, Milton started over, selling caramels from a handbasket on Lancaster streets. Then fate intervened. A British importer tasted Milton's caramels and was amazed by their month-long shelf life. He placed a massive order, but Milton couldn't afford to fulfill it. In a desperate move, Milton convinced a bank officer to personally guarantee a $1,000 loan. Days before the loan was due, a letter arrived with a check for 500 British pounds, about $65,000 today. Milton was finally free. By 1894, Milton's Lancaster Caramel Company was generating over $1 million annually. But at the Chicago World's Fair, Milton witnessed something that changed everything. German chocolate-making machinery that could mass-produce chocolate cheaply. While chocolate was still a luxury for the rich, Milton saw the future. He bought the entire setup and began experimenting immediately. Here's where Milton made the biggest bet of his life. Believing caramel was becoming obsolete, he sold his $1 million caramel business to focus entirely on chocolate. Everyone thought he was crazy. Milton built a massive factory and sent employees to work for competitors across Europe to steal their secrets. The Swiss had mastered milk chocolate, but guarded their formula fiercely. After years of failed attempts, the breakthrough came from an unlikely source. Johnny Schmalbach, a former caramel employee, discovered how to use condensed milk without burning it. This created Hershey's signature taste, sweet with a subtle sour note. In 1900, Milton launched his chocolate bars at 5 cents each, affordable for everyone. By 1906, Hershey chocolate hit $1 million in sales. Then came the iconic Hershey's Kisses and almond bars. Milton didn't just build a chocolate empire, he built an entire town. Hershey, Pennsylvania featured modern homes, schools, hospitals, amusement parks, and even a zoo. When he and his wife couldn't have children, they established the Hershey Industrial School for orphan boys. Milton faced personal tragedies, losing his wife Catherine in 1915 and his mother in 1920. But his business empire continued growing. He expanded to Cuba, built sugar mills, and supplied chocolate to U.S. soldiers in World War I. By 1929, Hershey's sales reached $41 million. Milton ran the company until age 87, retiring in 1944 and dying a year later. Today, the Hershey Company has a market cap of over $44 billion, proving that sometimes the greatest successes come from the most devastating failures. The next time someone slams a door in your face or calls you a failure, remember Milton Hershey. That 24-year-old black sheep turned rejection into the world's largest chocolate empire. Sometimes you're not failing. You're just getting started. Don't forget to subscribe for more incredible stories of turning failure into fortune.